All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears and why they're absolutely set up for the future, regardless if Justin Fields is that guy, if he isn't that guy, regardless of Justin Fields' performance this upcoming season. The Chicago Bears did something very, very well via the draft and via free agency. Then we're going to finish off the video talking about a sneaky signing that would immediately bolster the pass rush defense for this Bears squad. So, all right, it's the trenches. The Chicago Bears improved in a lot of different categories. Specifically, the offensive side, you bring in DJ Moore, the big time addition, the draft trade. You trade off the number one pick. You acquire DJ Moore in that package. They go out there, they draft guys like Tyler Scott. They pick up Robert Tonyan and Mercedes Lewis in free agency. They bump up Khalil Herbert to starting running back, pick up Dante Foreman, draft Rashawn Johnson. There's some new faces coming in here, offensive pop for this Bears team to help make Justin Fields' job a heck of a lot easier. But what a lot of people outside of Bears fans aren't really realizing is how much their trenches have improved. This is what wins you football games, folks. This is what wins you championships. This is what gets you to the next level. And it actually started a little bit this past season when they selected Braxton Jones in the 5th round out of Southern Utah. And I will say this, even if Braxton Jones slightly improves, the Chicago Bears have something very special there at left tackle. So regardless, Chicago with Braxton Jones, my Sioux legend, they've got something. The left tackle is the most important position on that offensive line, and it is going to help Justin Fields so much. And considering the way he looked his rookie season, it's got Bears fans licking their chops for the future. Cody Whitehair moves to the center position. We've talked a lot about Tevin Jenkins and his injury concerns. When he's healthy, they're looking good. But they made 2 big additions on the right side. But before we get into that, if you guys enjoyed tonight's video, hit that like button, hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 500 likes on tonight's video, and your support goes a very, very long way. I appreciate you, Bears fans. Can't wait for that game. I will 100% be at that opener. And yeah, we're going to get a live reaction immediately after that game. But Nate Davis comes on over from the Tennessee Titans. Darnell Wright comes on over from Tennessee, the rookie right tackle, the 1st round draft pick, one of the best tackles in the entire draft class, obviously being selected where he was. But that offensive line, while it doesn't have much depth, that's the concern, right? That's a huge pressing concern for the Chicago Bears right now. There's no depth really with your offensive line. So if it's healthy, well, watch out. Because Justin Fields' job is so much easier with the additions of DJ Moore, Chase Claypool at the deadline, all this speed coming on, Tyler Scott, Robert Tonyan, Cole Kmet. He has weapons. If that offensive line is healthy, watch out. But nonetheless, the future looks extremely bright for the Bears' starting offensive line with Braxton Jones, Darnell Wright at your 2 tackle positions. They got something there. And then we take a look at the defensive side. So currently, the Bears defensive line, the Bears defensive trenches, it's nothing crazy eye-opening. They go out there, they get Ngakoue, a guy who has 50-plus career tackles coming over from the Colts. They pick up Andrew Billings, who is a really, really quality run stopper for the Las Vegas Raiders this past season. You've got Justin Jones down there. You pick up DeMarcus Walker, who had an impressive season with the Tennessee Titans this past year, having 7 total sacks, a career high. He's entering his prime at 28 years old. So there's talent. These are talented players. But then we get a little bit deeper, and we take a look at 2nd round draft picks, Javon Dexter Sr., and Zach Pickens, my 2 SEC boys. SEC breeds brilliance. We're going for a little alliteration there, but you get my point. SEC's the king. They reign supreme year after year after year. And whenever a player gets drafted from any SEC team, I feel very confident in and of itself. But when we take a look at guys like Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens, they had impressive camps. They had impressive preseason performances. But these are, to me, the future of the defensive line inside the interior defensive line for the Chicago Bears. This is your future right here. Javon Dexter in his final season at Florida, 55 total tackles, 4 of them for loss, 2 total sacks. He actually had an interception, a pass deflection. There's something special right there with Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens, but it's going to take some time. They actually remind me very similarly of last year's second round draft picks, Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker. Now that's, the secondary. Jaquan Brisker, we've talked about him time and time again on this channel. The dude's a star. I think the dude is a quite literal star, and he's going to make a huge jump in his second season. But they're building the trenches. That sneaky sleeper signing we were talking about is actually Carlos Dunlap. Carlos is still a free agent. He's 34 years old, but there's some gas in that tank. And keep in mind, you're not picking up 34-year-old Carlos Dunlap to be, your 17-game starter. He is far from that, but he would be a perfect complementary piece, in my opinion, for extra pass rush. That's something the Bears really struggled with this past season. And I do just want to sprinkle this in here. Not a big fan of the way the Chicago Bears handled the Travis Gibson situation. Really unfortunate. He's not with the Bears right now. I was feeling so hopeful with his training camp, with his preseason. I was hoping he was going to have a huge bounce back season on the Chicago Bears, but unfortunately he is gone. So I think Carlos Dunlap coming off, played every game. He's extremely reliable. Even though he's 34 years old, you can rely that he is going to miss at most 2 games this upcoming season if you were to actually sign him. But he played 17 games, only started 2, but he still had 39 tackles, 4 sacks. The year before that, his final year with the Seattle Seahawks, he had 8.5 sacks, 14 total quarterback hits. He's had 26 quarterback hits in the last 2 seasons. I just think an OG veteran like Carlos Dunlap would do a lot, not only for immediate impact, but also just kind of a trickle down effect for some of these young defensive players. Right. The Bears secondary to me it's really, really intriguing. We'll talk about that in just a second. A lot of new faces coming on over at the linebacker position. You pick up TJ Edwards, you pick up Tremaine Edmonds. I love Roquan. Wish him the best of luck. This was a money move. This was a Ryan Poles genius move. I really like the linebacker room for the Chicago Bears. Jack Sanborn, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards. I like the new faces. I think it's going to bring some tenacity to this defense. They're building up the pieces. All right. And then we've got a pretty young secondary. But then you've got ball hawks like Eddie Jackson. Huge year for Eddie Jackson. Intriguing rookies. Tyreek Stevenson really, really flashed a lot of his potential in the preseason. It's going to be, there were mistakes. It's going to be, there's going to be up and downs like with every rookie. But Kyler Gordon, Tyreek Stevenson, Eddie Jackson, Jaquan Brisker, Jalen Johnson, I'm really loving that Bears secondary right now. So the whole season's going to come down to Justin Fields. If Justin Fields is him, if he is that guy, which I think he is, the Chicago Bears will at least hover around 500. At worst, if injuries riddle them, they'll win 7 games, 8 games. If injuries don't riddle that offensive line and the defense is a pleasant breath of fresh air, the offensive additions do what they were brought in to do. The Bears come in last in yards after catch this past season. You pick up DJ Moore, you draft Tyler Scott, you've got a healthy Chase Claypool, you've got a healthy Darnell Mooney. If that offense actually comes together like it looks like it will on paper, well, this Bears team could win anywhere between 9 and 11 games. But nonetheless, the future's looking very bright for the Chicago Bears team. And I got to say, as a Chicago Cubs fan, Chicago sports, Connor Bedard coming on over to the Hawks. I think it's a really good, intriguing time for Chicago sports right now. But guys, we're a week away from the start of the season. Give me a win prediction. Give me your official win prediction for the Chicago Bears team down below in the comment section. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pencil in 9. Pencil me in for 9 right now. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Most importantly, give me a win prediction down below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time.